Hey there, Jimmy. Welcome. So we're going to be looking at NASDAQ as always. Let me controls here. And I think we have news. Yeah, we have news in about 9 minutes or so. We have SI manufacturing PMI news. So we'll see what we get here today. Oh, I'm literally am getting captions. Yeah, let me remove those captions real quick. I'll just leave it alone. So currently 4 hour. I mean, we're pretty much consolidated around this area. Daily looks like it wants to pop up, probably go above yesterday's high. That's what I'm going to be possibly aiming for. See if we can actually catch that. And we have these imbalances up here as well. Should be some liquidity above these highs here. So okay, so it looks like NASDAQ is a lot stronger than the other indices so far. US 30 is actually headed lower under these lows. It could be a liquidity swing for US 30. NASDAQ is possibly just having this retracement here. I think it was a 1 minute. What's it? Let's see. If NASDAQ comes down and hits this level, I want to see if we have some reaction there to go higher. That way I could find a setup in there. If not, it's most likely just gonna stay above this consolidation here. I'm still a little bit sick with my throat, so might not be talking too much. I'll probably just be saying the most important thing. So yeah, basically would be looking for longs. I think for sure we should go above this high here, or Friday's high. We'll just wait for the news volatility in about 4 minutes. We should get that. Let's look at DXY real quick. The only thing that DXY does look kind of bullish also. If DXY is able to go above these highs here and reject them to go lower, that'll probably help NASDAQ to go higher for that high I was mentioning. I mean, it's about to hit this high here, so that could be enough for it to have a deeper retracement inside of this price swing here. Right now, NASDAQ's currently just trading inside of this daily gap that we had today. So if I grab this here and just make it thicker. And open right there. That would be our daily gap there. You could see how it tested exactly on that level there, which is today's open right there. But if it comes down, I would like to see support there right here to keep on going higher. If not, just keep on going higher from where it's at. If we're also able to push higher, break this high and create an imbalance, then I'd like to use that imbalance or this level as a support to keep on heading higher for this high and then this high up here. There's 1 minute left for the news here. Yep. And about 5 seconds or less, we should start seeing the volatility of the news, which we have here with this opening candle. So it gapped down. We'll see if it's able to push back up after either after hitting this imbalance or just, yeah, it's probably just going to go higher now. Like I mentioned, it's if it's not going to come down here, it's most likely just going to test off this consolidation here, which it pretty much did right there. Almost wanted to test it again, but then just kept going higher because of the news. Hey, now we're currently testing the opening gap from today, the high here. We could see a little bit of retracement, but I don't want to see this candle eat through all of the up candle anymore. We want to see it stay above this down candle here. So I'll just use that there. Yeah, we should see it hold to the upside. The drawn liquidity is to the upside, so we want to see bullish order flow. It could come down and hit that this down candle here, like I mentioned, and then we would want to see it reject that afterwards, though. And then again, it possibly could not come down and just keep on going higher. So I would have liked for it to come down. That way I could get an entry, but it looks like it's just going to keep on going higher. Let me just draw out the highs here so we know where all the liquidity levels are. So on the 15-minute time frame, we have this down candle here. So if it does come back down and test this level, that would be it. Should really act as support there. But we would have to wait for the next 15-minute candle to open first. Essentially, right now, I don't think I would like to see a lot of retracement. Like, if it comes down here, I don't think I would like that anymore. I would prefer it for it to just keep pushing up and stay above this white line here. We got a new 5-minute candle open. It should keep on going higher. Like I said, our further draw is up here. I'll just note that right now so you guys can know. And I'm going to be using the bodies of the candles and not the wick here, which is where the volume of the liquidity is. Yeah, if it goes down, I mean, it's possibly just because it took this buy side here. If it goes through this level here. And I mean, this level should essentially act as the support for price. Hmm. Okay, so it's currently testing that level. We'll see if it holds through for support. Like I said, essentially it should hold price up. Hmm. We want to see it start pushing up here and breaking this high. I really wouldn't like for it to come below this level anymore. Should just keep on pushing up. Okay, so since it did break that low, we're gonna have to wait and see if it comes down here and see how it acts around here. Because in my opinion, in the first place, I don't think it should go all the way down here just to go higher. So I'm gonna see if it trades through all of this price action here. And then I'll possibly use this imbalance here as a resistance level. if we close below it. Okay, so far we've dipped inside of the imbalance, had a little bit of reaction here. So we'll see if it keeps having that reaction to go higher. That way, if it does, and if it breaks this high here, I think it could possibly continue going for the higher prices. And if we break this low, then it's probably going to go for the lower prices. I think those are the boundaries set for NASDAQ right now. Okay, so it looks like we have that reaction there. Just hitting this last down candle here. So hopefully we could start having that push up above that high there. We already traded through this down candle as well, so that's good. We don't want to see it come. I mean, it could come down and test it again. Or let's use these levels here. Test the high end of this low here. Could test that to go higher, but if it goes deeper for a retracement, then I wouldn't be too sure if it's going to keep on going higher. Essentially, it should just stay above this spacing here. We have a test of it there with this candle. I like that. I want to see it, see if it starts stretching up for the buy side now. Okay, so far it's giving us that stretch, respecting these levels here. And recapitalizing on this down candle. So we want to see it stretch up, at least for us to get above this high in here. It should at least go above that high. And once we trade above that high, we close above it, should stretch out for the next high as well. Okay, so now it's testing this here. And what I want to see is price to stay above this next down candle. It could possibly test it at the most, just test this, the low from this here. At the most, it should just test that. If it goes anywhere lower, then that's possibly the high from a retracement from this high down to this low, retraced from here, and then it's possibly going to go lower. But for it to go higher, I don't think it should go through this this level in here. If it go, like I said, if we come down and close, yeah, just like that. If it closes there, then that's possible that it's going to keep on going lower now. But we'll wait. Oh, my throat's killing me today. We would have to see it go above at least 50% of the range here from these two candles here for it to keep on going higher. And usually when you also have like this type of price action where it's a big candle up and a big candle down close like that, it usually would start consolidating. So let's see if it doesn't just start consolidating here. That's why if it's going to go lower, I prefer for it to just go lower from where it's at. and not cover any of this range anymore. Like I said, 50%, it should, if it's going to go lower, it should at least stay 50% below it. So around this level here, I'll mark it with our horizontal line. And let's mark that below. So if it's going to go lower, it should stay below 50% here. Below this blue line. Should just keep on going low from here. Because if it goes higher, I think it's just going to consolidate around this area here. If it goes any higher than the 50%. And the reason is it didn't even want to go above this high, so it's not interested in buy side liquidity by the looks of it. So it could either consolidate here or look for the sell side. If it went this high and not went through this high, that's pretty much how I'm reading price right now. And just delete this also. And especially because we closed, like I said, we closed it below this up candle. So it's just gonna recap here, and then it's gonna fall through, taking out this low. And I think the target is these lows then. This is where sell side is gonna be right now. We have sell side liquidity there. And if you look right under it, we have this imbalance here. So ultimately, that's where it could come down to. And then we'll see if it either keeps pushing up for the high from Friday, or if it just slices through that that imbalance and keeps on going lower for these lows. Because I mean, on the higher time frames, we still are in a consolidation here. So there's really not much of a trend, and especially from last week, we're pretty much in a range. So we should not expect too much extrapolation or too much movement as to one-sidedness. It could look like a big move here and here on the 1 minute time frame, but overall on the higher time frames, we're still consolidating. 1 hour. Yeah, it could look like a rejection. But then again, like I mentioned, we're still inside of this range here from this high to this low. That's the range we're trading inside of for the 1 hour time frame as well. It looks like it dipped right under this low here. Barely made a dip there. Let's just look at the other. Yeah, the other indices didn't, so there's some type of divergence there. And let's look at GXY real quick. Okay, so GXY already went above this high and this high here. It went above it, and it went above it quite drastically compared to NASDAQ. NASDAQ was didn't really go below this low here. So there could be some type of divergence there with the DXY and the indices as well. So it could have just came down for this sell side here. But and again, it's a Monday, it's NFP week as well. So it's really low probability conditions. I don't really like to trade these types of weeks, especially not on a Monday or these days. But it could possibly, with the correlations of the other markets that I'm seeing, it could possibly have just gone down here for this low here. So if it's going to go higher, I think it should just stay above. Like I say, it could consolidate, but if it's going to go higher, it should stay above the range of these two candles here. Should stay above that. And we have, it's got this low, the imbalance high there. At the lowest, it should just test the high here for the imbalance, but yeah, it looks like it's just ripping higher now. Yeah, it's really choppy. That's usually at a few weeks and Mondays. But other indices are shit also, especially US 30. Look at US 30. Wow. I would not want to be a US 30 trader. But this is pretty much the last line or the final decision here for NASDAQ. If it's going to keep on going higher, it should stay above this here now. Because it did come down here below this low. I know it's just a little tick, but that's enough for it to just keep going higher. It took out the low, then took out the high. So there could be a break of structure there. And we'll see if this level holds. And if you look closely, it made pretty much an equal high to this high here. So we'll see if this level holds up, holds price up. But if you look at the overall price action here, it's just consolidating. And this could take up for possibly another half hour. It could consolidate. If not the next 2 minutes, it should start trending where it should be going to. It has the next 2 minutes to leave this consolidation here. Oh, let's say 4. If in the next 4 minutes it stays inside of this range still, then it's possibly gonna range for the next half hour. But I'll give it 4 to 5 minutes tops for it to just leave the consolidation that's in right now. What a shitty market today, though. It's got 5 seconds for this candle to close. And it looks like it's in a hurry to come down for the sell side now. So like I said, in the next 2 to 4 minutes, it should leave the consolidation and start attacking the external liquidity, which would be below this low here. And it pretty much did it 1 minute after, 1 or 2 minutes after. Or it's doing it because it still hasn't really done it yet. Still nothing high probability though for me to actually put some risk in my accounts. Once this candle closes in the next 5 minutes, I would not want to see it go above the body of this candle here. I think it should stay below that and just attack the sell sign like that. That's enough for the retracement for this candle, and it should just keep on showing a larger bearish body here, attacking the sell side, and then possibly going inside of this imbalance in here, which I'll mark that as well, so you guys could visually see it. So sell side has been tagged. Like I said, it should leave the consolidation in 1 or 2 minutes when this candle was trading. So we got 1 and the 2 minutes here coming down. That makes us 2 to 4 minutes. I said initially I said just 2 minutes, but I gave it around 4 afterwards. And we could see that it came all the way down, going outside the consolidation 1 minute after, and then the second minute we came down for the sell side. Okay, so now that sell side has been taken out here, it's going to want to run for the buy side up here. It took sell side here below these equal lows and took sell side below this low here. Now we're running up, and we should have buy side above this high. Like I mentioned earlier, we do have equal highs here, and then we have this high here. So let's see if it's able to come down for sell side and then come up for buy side. It's got a little imbalance in here, but it should just act as a speed bump possibly. Because for it to trade all the way up here, I don't think it should have traded all the way up here to keep on going lower. I think it's just gonna keep on. This candle should fill this wick here, trade above the high, and then keep on going higher. But then once again, the 5 minute, the volume of the candles has been in a slut. It's a really, really shitty market today, to be honest. But some of the characteristics of the time cycles that I use is in place still. If it's going to go high for this high, I don't think it should go below this low again. It should stay essentially above this low here in the closing basis. We're able to go through that rectangle there that's right trading into. If it's able to go through that, then I don't think it's gonna go anywhere lower anymore. You want to see it break through this in a closing basis. So far, it's showing bullish signs. It's not wanting to go under this low that I marked out, so that's good. And it should just keep on pushing higher now. Okay, so we're passing through that shaded box, closed above it. That's good. I want to see it start pushing higher for the buy side now. Thank you, bro. We want to see it push higher. Essentially, we should see it stay above this low, like I mentioned. Should not go under this low here, or this horizontal line if it's going to keep on going higher. We got a 5-minute candle opening in the next 5 seconds as well. 5-minute just keeps looking too consolidated for me. Hopefully we can start making our way up for the buy side here. You guys were already thinking, oh, he got it wrong. It's gonna keep on going lower now. We'll see. It still hasn't gone through this low. So that's still, for me, it's still just accumulating inside of this area. It should go higher. I like how that closed there. I wouldn't like for it to go anywhere lower than this anymore, though. No, no. We shouldn't really come below this low anymore. If it goes below this low, then yeah, I'm wrong about going higher prices now, and it's gonna go lower. Yeah, I broke that low. I don't think it's gonna be going anywhere higher anymore. But so far, it's not giving any clear directions anymore still. I'm just gonna head for the imbalance down here now. Essentially have a new 15-minute candle. So let's look at the 15-minute time frame, how that's looking. Yeah, pretty much not saying much either, just a lot of wicks to the upside. On the 5 minute basis, I mean, it's been staying below this whole price action here. Looks like it's been accumulating inside of there. But wouldn't really be too sure with this price action that we're having. We're just going to be closing this one out. Like I said, it's most likely just going to consolidate for quite a while right now, which has pretty much been doing. Not really showing much of a willingness to go higher or lower yet. So I'll end this session for now, and I'll be live streaming tomorrow one last time for the Spanish community. And hopefully I'll see you guys for tomorrow instead. Okay, hope you guys liked this live session, and I'll